How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Hang it in there.
Yes, sir.
You guys are welcome to put your reporters up there whenever you need. How do you feel about finally playing someone, somewhat different?
Yeah, this is going to be a great time. We've been battling against each other in practice all year long, all summer, so it's just going to be good to get out there against somebody else and compete.
What difference does that make to play against somebody that, is not familiar with you and vice versa, you're not familiar with?
It's always harder playing against your teammates because they know all your moves. You've been going against them like the whole summer. So it's just going to be good to go out there and play against new competition who doesn't really know your moves and stuff like that. So the game should come much easier.
What personal goals do you have for the game practice?
Just go out there, play, just do whatever best to help our team get the victory, whatever that is, getting rebounds, playing defense, getting other players the ball, scoring stuff, whatever it takes to get the W.
You've been one of the guys that coaching staff has hyped up throughout the summer, about the whispers of summer standouts and workouts and preseason practice, and you've been that guy. Do you use that as kind of a chip on your shoulder or as motivation? It's kind of how have you handled that spotlight a little bit?
I've really thought about it too much. I just go in every day, try to give my best, show what I can bring to the table, so when the season comes around, they'll know and know what to expect from me in the game. So I just pretty much don't think about it too much, just play my game.
What do you think about it? I mean, you had the blue-white game, the Rupp Arena setting.
Yeah.
What is that?
How does
that play on your mind?
It was crazy. I mean, I used to watch stuff like that on TV, and now to actually experience it and just see the fans and stuff like that, how crazy they get when you score a bucket in there is just crazy. And I just can't wait to get out there for our first official game in front of them and just show what we can bring to the table.
What can you guys bring to the table?
I would say our team has a lot of depth. We have a lot of right pieces. So we have a lot of shooting. We have guys that are tough that can get rebounds. We have good defensive players. So I would just say we have a good mix of players that can get the job done on all levels.
How have your expectations changed from the time you got on campus versus through workouts, preseason practices, and then until now?
So a couple things I've been working on was just my defense and getting my shot more consistent. So I've just been getting a lot of shots up and trying to stay low on defense and practice and stuff like that. But getting in the gym in the morning, I've just been getting a lot of shots up, and I can see improvements on my jump shot. My jump shot becoming more consistent. So those are two things I want to just keep on building towards when the season comes around.
When you say in the morning, can you give us from such and such a time to such and such a time?
It's usually
what the shooting routine is like.
So I usually wake up at me and Coach Chin and some other guys like Keon, Jacob. We'll get in the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning. Get a lot of shots up. That'll go for an hour because we have some classes at 8 to 9. So we'll go from 8 to 9, and then class will be at 9:30. So that's pretty much our schedule in the morning. And then we have practice later on at 2:30 and stuff like that.
Who's there besides you and Keon?
Me, Keon, Jacob, Davion's usually there, and I think that's it. Sometimes Dante will show up.
A real capable shot maker and a good rebounder and defender, so I think we all expect Bryce to be very good for us this year.
What have you seen out of the defense so far? What do you think your all's potential is on that end?
I think we've made some good strides. The communication on defense has been relatively consistent, and I think we've been improving in that manner. Even more as of late, we've keyed in on some defensive schemes and strategies, just going over rotations and things that we'll have to do in games. So I'm really confident we'll be a good defensive team this year.
Does Cal mix any zone in at all with you in practice at all?
We've naturally gone over some zone, just in the in the chance of preparing to play teams who may resort to zone against us. So we've gone over it, just the basic techniques and rotations of a zone and how to play against the zone. Something that we have to do. We're going to play 30 to 40 games this year. We'll see all different types of defenses. So it's going to be prepared for all of that.
Where you all are now, how would you kind of assess the team's chemistry so far?
It's awesome. It's a real tight group, both on and off the court. We feed off each other's energy in practice. just the overall competitiveness and the spirit between us has been awesome. So there are no guys here that are for themselves. It's all about the team and adding value to each player. When we work collectively to achieve that, it's just resulted in a great team spirit and chemistry for us.
Obviously, your scoring ability has been well documented. Is there anything in particular that you've learned about your game throughout your time in Lexington so far?
I wouldn't say anything glaring that I didn't have a knack for doing or an ability to do. I'd just say just being able to kind of get past that adjustment and doing it at this level consistently was the biggest thing for me, I'd say.
Kellen, how do you feel about, I'm sure you've been asked, about playing a different team? You know, they go up against somebody that's not real familiar with your moves or not as familiar.
We're excited about it. As I touched on earlier, just being, practice the last 2 months and playing against each other and the competitive spirit that has gone with that, has been awesome for us, and I think we've grown a lot from it, and it's been productive for all of us. But we're all excited to be able to lace them up against another opponent and kind of bring all that together in a full 40-minute game.
What difference does that make if you go up against a person, an opponent that doesn't know you as well as your teammates do? What's the value?
Well, hopefully it's a big difference in our favor. I mean, when Cal calls a play in practice, the other team knows what play is going to be run. So fortunately for us on Friday or throughout the rest of the season, we'll have that advantage of not knowing all our schemes and offensive strategies.
How are you shooting?
I've been pretty consistent, I think. I've touched on the first couple of weeks of September being an adjustment for me, but I've been consistent since. So that's the goal. That's the big thing here. It's just to try to remain consistent. Don't let missed shots phase you or affect you or keep you from continuing to shoot the shots that Cal, wants us all to shoot, or the capable shot makers to shoot. So